Hi everyone, and welcome to an Illya PvP guide. Let's go ahead and jump right into this. So this is going to be a Google spreadsheet brought to you by Wewechoo, AkiKaze, Androssi, Lace, Smole, and Cinnamon. Here's the Reddit post that originated from, but this is going to be the article that was actually written. So author XingKong, typesetting Grover. So all of the information from this Google spreadsheet, it originated from this source in particular. So huge thanks to the CN community and XingKong for pretty much providing an Illya PvP guide that we can all reference. Here's going to be a table of contents. And one of the first things that I wanted to talk about is Illya in an in-depth analysis on her 3-star, 4-star, and 5-star form. To give you guys a brief summary, what happens is that when she hits 5-star, there will be a 20% reduction when she deals damage to herself versus the 30% she'll deal to herself at 3-star. There's a lot of different reasons why, but all you need to know is that the self-harm is going to be much less and she's going to be much more effective at 5-star. 4-star, it's not as bad, but 3-star, she has extreme amounts of potential for killing herself. It talks about the different breakdowns on all the skills, and you can read this if you want. I want to make this guide more of a counter, like PvP sort of esque thing, right? There's a lot of information on why certain characters pair with who. Her best friend is of course Saren because of their positioning. Yukari and Yuki, they're good for TP charging her in outside positions of pretty much Saren being there. And then you have Kokoro and Monica for the speed boost. Of course, you love them. And then Yori for pretty much making Tamaki target them. There's been memes floating around for this one. And then Kuka and Nozomi being the premier tank to pretty much keep her alive. Now, Rima is going to be the aggressive version, and not to mention technically Shizuru as well. We'll cover why, but you might want to raise Rima in case you want to counter folks like Ninon and Halloween Shinobu in the future, alright? So here are going to be more units of Misato and Akari. They're going to be helping her in order to increase her survivability, but it means where these two units are in one section, that means they're interchangeable for that specific area, alright? And Arisa and Shori are going to be the premier DPS physical-wise that pair with her. On other things, units that counter Illya are going to be Ninon and Reno. And that's specifically because their DPS targets the middle section, and that's where Illya is going to be living at. Of course, Tamaki counters Illya, and Arisa is an absolute beast when it comes to single target. Note that Arisa skill 1 targets the unit with the highest magical attack, so you're gonna want to bring Kyoka or Yori in order to prevent Arisa from absolutely nuking Illya, alright? And of course we have more units like, Mitsuki is going to be an absolute beast, and so is Shinobu herself. This is because of the death breaks. Aya is going to be great for making Illya kill herself or kill the enemy team. And then of course you have Mimi and Sumegi, who are going to be great for killing her in case Illya is in position 2, alright? So the biggest comps that are going to be countering the Illyas are going to be Reno. Just note that this is specifically stated that Reno has to be level 95 in order for this to work. The reason why is because Reno has to activate her UB after Mitsuki casts the Death Break, then everything will work out and Reno will be able to actually kill the enemy Illya. If this can't happen at level 93, but here's a team that's propositioned to counter that Reno comp, mostly because you have more DPS here. You have pretty much Arisa and Hatsune, and of course you can interchange them with the appropriate units. Arisa is going to be more premier because, she has higher DPS, and Hatsune, she can hit more general units. With Illya, these three combined. So this is going to be something that you can use in case Reno comp becomes more relevant in the upcoming near future with level 95 nearing. Then you have like single TP recharge Reno, where you're not really using Lima. Just note that this isn't going to be common because this is a low threat level, and note that the threat levels are placed here. Reno comp being a medium threat level, alright? So the next comps that we're going to be showcasing are Ninon. This is the medium threat level. Even though this is going to be appearing, you're probably not going to be seeing this one. But this is dual charge Ninon. What happens here is Yukari and Yuki are going to be charging Ninon as fast as possible in order to make her cast her UBs. The more UBs, the more she can get kills. Here's like the counter. And of course, Kyoka's here for more DPS and Arisa. This is only dual charge, and look how Shizuru's here to block the physical DPS. This is the one that everyone is probably seeing, which is the Ninon Tamaki stall. This is the highest threat level. This is the premier one, and it's the most difficult to kill because you have two tanks here. You have Tamaki who can land a kill, Ninon who can land a kill, and Mitsuki. With all those things combined, Illya is going to die. So the first proposed one, which isn't even perfect, is with Miyako, Illya, Saren, Yori, and Kyoka because they're interchangeable, and then Hatsune in the back. With these three combined, you can kill the Ninon comp. Just note that this comp in particular is still unreliable, because if Ninon gets a crit on Illya, then she is going to die. So this isn't even guaranteed, right? The guaranteed one that will actually make this team kill Ninon stall is going to be the Shizuru, Illya, Saren, Yori and Kyoka are interchangeable, and then Hatsune in the back. Now, the reason why it's Shizuru and Rima, that's because Shizuru is a really technically front but far back unit. So this allows Illya to actually hit Ninon in the correct spaces. And the same thing with Rima, since she comes in late, her position is so far back that this allows Illya to hit Ninon. This is the reason why these two are going to be your premier tanks. The thing is, Shizuru will not function at low star. She needs to be at least maybe 4-star, 5-star. And of course, getting Shizuru shards is not that difficult through hard mode. But the thing is, Rima can also get Illya killed because Rima has that late start. So she's not going to be appearing like straightforward. And with Illya dying, there's no real point. So the most consistent way to get this comp actually working is with Shizuru. So these are going to be like the premier comps. It might not be perfect because if the enemy team gets crits, Illya will obviously die. But this is going to be like the two premier teams in order to counter Tamaki stall appearing with Ninon and Mitsuki, right? That's going to be the upgraded Tamaki stall for now. And then here are even more bits on pros and cons for the teams. Lineup 1, what happens is Ninon can get a crit and Illya will die. Ninon can activate her UB and the timings can be sort of thrown off depending whether you use Shizuru or Rima. And then there's special cases with no Yori Kyoka, depending on like who you want to replace for a healer, so on and so forth, right? There's even more comps where you can run Arisa. Just note that the threat level is medium. All you do to counter, you know, someone like Arisa appearing, you use Yori or Kyoka because they're going to attract Arisa's attention. You bring Kuka to counter the Tamaki, and then everything sort of falls in place where Illya stays alive and kills the rest of the team, right? There's going to be countless formations that's going to be appearing here. Part that you need to notate the most is that this is going to be a guide that showcases everything composing Illya. And I just want to send a huge thank you to the original author, XingKong. And most of all, it even shows you comps for countering Halloween Shinobu that's going to be appearing in the late future. So this is going to be a guide that will help you through and through as time progresses, as Illya comp is going to be remaining relevant for the next couple of months, and it's going to be a dog-eat-dog world. All right, let's go ahead and jump into some PvP. We're going to be fighting this team. Obviously, this is going to be a classic stall team. Very interesting that they're running this team in particular. I'm curious what's going to be happening. You know, thank you to all the peeps who helped translate the guide. And I know it has like some certain units on it, but it also provides alternatives. Like, for example, if you don't have Arisa, you can run someone like Suzuna or Shori. It's going to just be like a nice overall thing and understanding on how like all these different characters function with each other. This is very interesting. I think we might actually lose to this team. I haven't seen this team. Of course, this is going to be using Misato, and Misato has, you know, that continuous heal. I'm very curious to see how this is going to flow, because it's also Yukari who's here, who's doing, you know, the magic shields. Now, the thing to note most of all is that this team didn't even have max stars on it, so it might be even more effective at defending. So this might be the inner workings of a future defense team, but it looks like it might fail here, possibly. I don't know. This is looking very strong right now. I'm kind of impressed because this could be something that other folks can use. Oh, we got 5 seconds here. Will Illya be able to do it? Oh my goodness, 4 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Oh, we take it down with 1 second left. Oh my goodness, that was absolutely nutty. What is that? This is a crazy team. Okay. We need to definitely look at the actual report for this, because this has to be one of the most impressive teams I've seen to date, because without those crits, look at this. Misato is only at 2-star. All of these units, they're not even at 5-star. This team could be so effective at countering my Hatsune jank team. But of course, there's a couple things missing with my current comp, but that was actually pretty good considering the low stars. But granted, it was mostly her heals that were impressing me. Let's go ahead and run this team, see if we can do it. Princess Arena, it's an entirely different story because you're not fighting just one comp, you're fighting multiple comps. And of course, this is going to be a classic Tamaki stall, you know, with Shizuru and everything. This has to be one of the strongest like stall comps in the entire game, and it'll still technically be effective in Princess Arena. I think this is very effective, at least for having on one team. and then you pretty much run a Reno comp and Illya comp, undefeatable Princess Arena team on your hands, because there's going to be so much defensive capabilities here. Look at this Kuka absolutely tanking my Illya comp right here. What a champ. Kuka is such a god in the current situations that we are in. Alright, Maho being like the last one to stand right here. Man, just imagine if that Maho on the other team was like 5-star. We would have lost that previous match right there. All right, so we're going through this. I'm really scared of this Illya comp. It's definitely going to absolutely annihilate my Miyako in the front, and Kairi and Mimi and everyone don't really stand a chance to kill everyone, right? So I'm going to be banking on the fact on my last team right here. All right, on to the next match, because that was sort of foreseeable with Illya and Kyoka being on this team in particular. All insanely meta units right now. And of course, Halloween Shinobu will change things up. We have Reno right here. Now, very interesting. They are running Ninon Fan with an Ares comp. So this is going to be very effective at killing a lot of different things. So that was interesting. Ninon draw the attention of Erisa. And of course, I don't think we can get the kill here. There's just no way. There's so much power integrated into this team. And Io is just there for, you know, making everyone hit themselves. Without Io, usually this team like lacks a lot of combat power. And right here, we might be able to take down the Ninon, but by the time we take down the Ninon, we're just going to be dead. So this is a very effective team. Pretty much they ran Tamaki stall on the first one, Illya attack team on the second one, and then on the last team, it was a pseudo Ninon fan. So that is going to be very effective Princess Arena teams. That's going to be insanely difficult to counter. But anyways, if you made it this far in today's video, consider subscribing, dropping a like, leaving a comment, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. Once we hit 20,000 subs, we'll be doing a giveaway. Thanks so much for watching. Have yourself a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one.